Welcome to my channel, Valuable Coins All World. If you've ever wondered if those old coins you have lying around could be worth a fortune, you're in the right place. In today's video, we're diving into some of the rarest US coins, revealing their jaw-dropping values that will leave you amazed. Stick with us till the end. You won't want to miss what these hidden treasures could be worth. Let's get started. Top 1. In 1965, the United States Mint produced one of the most talked-about coins in American numismatic history, the Washington quarter dollar. This year marked a turning point in U.S. coinage, when silver was officially removed from quarters and replaced with a copper-nickel clad composition. For collectors, that change makes 1965 quarters an intriguing chapter in coin history. It was a period when tradition met modernization, and every detail of the coin holds a story worth telling. The obverse of the 1965 Washington quarter proudly displays the iconic profile of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. This image had already become a familiar sight to millions of Americans by the time 1965 rolled around, but it carried even more weight during a year of change. The bold inscription, "Liberty," arches over Washington's head, while the national motto, "In God We Trust," sits to his left. The date 1965 appears at the bottom, anchoring the design in a moment of American history that on the reverse side, an equally powerful symbol of freedom, takes center stage, the majestic bald eagle. Perched proudly with its wings spread wide, the eagle grasps a bundle of arrows in its talons, symbolizing strength and readiness. Surrounding the eagle are the inscriptions "United States of America" and "quarter dollar," along with the phrase "E pluribus unum," a reminder of unity in diversity. The artistry and balance of the design make it one of the most admired in U.S. coinage. What sets the 1965 quarter apart is its role as the first non-silver quarter in over 3 decades. Prior to this, quarters had been struck in 90% silver, but due to a coin shortage and rising silver prices, the U.S. Mint introduced a copper-nickel composition. This decision was not just about cost. It was a transformation in the way Americans would handle and perceive their coins. For collectors, the year 1965 holds a certain magic. Many people began checking their pocket change in search of transitional errors, coins that were accidentally struck on silver planchets intended for earlier years. Such mistakes are incredibly rare, but when found, they can command astronomical prices at auctions. Condition also plays a huge role in determining a coin's value. Circulated 1965 quarters are common and often worth only face value, but uncirculated examples, especially those with deep, sharp strikes, can draw serious collector interest. The highest premiums are paid for coins that exhibit flawless surfaces and brilliant luster. Interestingly, some 1965 quarters display unique minting anomalies such as doubled dies, off-center strikes, or planchet errors. These varieties are the hidden treasures that serious numismatists dream about. Each error tells its own tale of the minting process and adds a layer of uniqueness to the coin that it's important to understand that even though millions of 1965 quarters were minted, not all are equal in the eyes of collectors. The true gems are those that have been preserved in pristine condition since the day they left the mint. Such coins often come from original bank rolls or mint sets that were carefully stored. The 1965 quarter also stands out for another reason. Many collectors at the time hoarded coins from this transitional period, suspecting they might one day become rare. This foresight has proven partially correct, as high-grade examples and certain errors are indeed scarce and highly desirable today. Over the decades, the Washington quarter design has seen modifications, but the 1965 issue remains a fascinating representation of change and resilience in U.S. currency. It's a snapshot of a nation adapting to economic realities without losing sight of its symbols and traditions. Imagine holding a 1965 quarter in your hand. Its weight, its texture, its history all rolled into one small piece of metal. It's more than just 25 cents. It's a direct link to a pivotal year in American minting history. Collectors love telling the story of how they first discovered a rare 1965 quarter. Sometimes it's in an inherited coin jar, other times in a forgotten collection tucked away in an attic. The thrill of finding such a coin is unmatched. When it comes to investment potential, certain 1965 quarters have proven to be remarkable performers. Coins with exceptional eye appeal and rarity factors have sold for record-breaking amounts, turning ordinary-looking change into extraordinary treasures. Auction houses have seen fierce bidding wars over top-grade 1965 quarters, particularly those certified by leading grading services. These coins not only hold monetary value but also serve as status symbols among advanced collectors. Beyond its value, the 1965 quarter is a piece of art, history, and craftsmanship. Its detailed design, combined with its historical significance, ensures it will always have a place in the hearts of coin enthusiasts. Every coin tells a story, but the 1965 Washington quarter tells a story of transformation, adaptation, and enduring beauty. It stands as a reminder that even small changes in currency can have lasting cultural and financial impact. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone who just found an old coin in their change, the 1965 quarter invites you to look closer, to appreciate the journey it has taken through time, from the clinking sound it makes in your palm to the intricate lines of Washington's portrait. Every detail of this coin whispers history. And sometimes, history is worth far more than its face value. Today, the most exceptional example of the 1965 Washington quarter has been valued at $153,000. Top 2. In 1973, the United States Mint struck a coin that would quietly find its way into millions of pockets, purses, and cash registers across the country, the Washington quarter dollar. At first glance, it might have seemed like an ordinary piece of change, but for collectors today, this coin holds a special place in the fascinating world of numismatics. Its beauty, history, and the rare treasures hidden among its mintings have made it an object of curiosity and desire for decades. The obverse design of the 1973 quarter carries the enduring image of George Washington, the first president of the United States. Sculpted by John Flanagan in 1932, this portrait had already become one of the most iconic in U.S. coinage history. The word liberty stands boldly above Washington's head, while in God we trust rests neatly to the left. The date 1973 appears below, grounding the coin in its year of creation, a time when America was experiencing cultural change and economic challenges. Turning the coin over reveals the reverse design, just as striking in its symbolism. The majestic bald eagle, wings spread wide in a display of strength, perches on a bundle of arrows, a symbol of America's readiness to defend itself. Beneath the eagle lies an olive branch, representing the nation's commitment to peace. Encircling the design are the inscriptions United States of America and quarter dollar, with E pluribus unum centered above the eagle's head. What makes the 1973 quarter especially interesting is that it came during a period when the United States was fully committed to using the copper-nickel-clad composition for its quarters, a change made in 1965 to replace the silver that had previously been used. This transition was well established by 1973, yet minting technology and quality controls still produced occasional anomalies that today excite coin hunters. One of the main factors driving the value of certain 1973 quarters is condition. A coin fresh from the mint, with sharp details and no signs of wear, can be worth far more than a well-circulated example. Collectors prize coins graded in mint state condition, especially those with exceptional luster and clean, blemish-free surfaces. Even more thrilling are the rare errors and varieties that have surfaced from the 1973 production runs. Off-center strikes, double dies, and planchet errors can transform an everyday quarter into a valuable collectible. Such coins often slip through the mint undetected, landing in everyday circulation before a lucky finder spots something unusual. The minting process for the 1973 quarter was carried out at 3 facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. While most of these coins were meant for general use, the San Francisco Mint also produced special proof coins for collectors, with deeply mirrored fields and frosted designs that showcase the artistry of the engravings. Proof versions of the 1973 quarter, kept in pristine condition, can fetch impressive prices, especially when they achieve top grades from reputable grading services. They serve as a perfect example of the beauty that can be achieved in coin design when struck with precision and care. For everyday collectors, finding a high-grade 1973 quarter in circulation is becoming increasingly rare. Time has worn down most of these coins, dulling their details, and removing the original mint luster. That's why finding an untouched example can be so rewarding. It's like holding a piece of history exactly as it looked the day it was made. The 1973 quarter also has sentimental value for those who grew up during the early 1970s. Holding one can bring back memories of the era, the music, the fashion, the news events, and the everyday life that shaped the decade. Coins like this are more than metal. They are tiny, durable time capsules. Auction houses have recorded remarkable sales of rare, high-grade 1973 quarters, particularly those with unique features. Serious collectors are always on the lookout for the finest examples, and competition can be fierce when one appears on the market. Some of the most valuable specimens are coins that combine rarity with exceptional condition. For example, an uncirculated coin with a striking error or a proof coin with flawless surfaces. These are the coins that turn ordinary change into extraordinary investments. While millions of 1973 quarters were minted, only a fraction have survived in truly collectible condition. That scarcity in top grades is one of the main reasons certain examples have reached remarkable price levels. The beauty of the 1973 Washington quarter lies in its balance of artistry, symbolism, and historical significance. It embodies both the enduring legacy of George Washington's image and the evolving story of America's coinage. Every scratch, mark, and shine on a 1973 quarter tells a story, whether it's the story of decades of circulation or the story of careful preservation by a dedicated collector. Each coin has its own unique journey, and that journey adds to its charm. Collectors often say that the hunt is as exciting as the find. Searching through rolls of quarters, hoping to spot that special 1973 coin in brilliant condition or with a rare error, is a thrill that never gets old. The Washington Quarter Series remains one of the most collected in U.S. coinage, and the 1973 issue plays an important role in that legacy. Its mix of common circulation strikes, scarce high-grade survivors, and elusive errors keeps collectors intrigued year after year. Whether you're just starting out in coin collecting or have years of experience, the 1973 Washington Quarter invites you to appreciate the details, the history, and the unexpected treasures that coins can hold. And in the world of rare finds, the most exceptional known 1973 Washington Quarter has been valued at $133,000. Top 3. In 1986, the United States Mint produced a Washington Quarter dollar that would, at first glance, seem like just another coin mint for everyday transactions. Yet, for those who understand the hidden treasures of numismatics, this year's quarter has stories to tell, secrets to reveal, and values that can astonish even seasoned collectors. It is a coin that quietly bridges tradition and modern minting, carrying with it the pride of American history and artistry. The obverse of the 1986 Washington Quarter features the familiar portrait of George Washington, the design first introduced in 1932 by sculptor John Flanagan. Washington's profile faces left, his expression stoic and determined, embodying the leadership that helped shape a nation. Above his head, the bold letters of liberty stretch across the top, while to the left sits the national motto, "In God We Trust." The date 1986 is centered at the bottom, clearly marking its year of origin. On the reverse, the bald eagle commands attention. Perched powerfully on a bundle of arrows and flanked by an olive branch, it is a perfect representation of America's dual commitment to strength and peace. Surrounding this powerful image are the inscriptions United States of America and quarter dollar, with the phrase E pluribus unum positioned just above the eagle's head. It is a design of balance and meaning, cherished by generations. By 1986, the quarter had been struck in copper nickel clad for over 2 decades, replacing the 90% silver composition that ended in 1964. While the metallic content may have changed, the coin's symbolic power and cultural value remained strong. This was a year when the U.S. Mint had refined its production techniques, but perfection in minting was still not guaranteed, leading to occasional, collectible errors. For collectors, the value of a 1986 quarter lies not only in its age, but in its condition. Circulated examples are common and worth face value, but coins that remain in mint state, with sharp details and dazzling luster, can command surprising prices. The smallest blemish can mean the difference between an average coin and a numismatic gem. Rare minting errors from this year can send a coin's value soaring. Double strikes, off-center strikes, and misaligned dies are just a few examples of the fascinating mistakes that collectors dream of finding. Each error tells the story of a momentary lapse in the otherwise precise minting process, resulting in a coin unlike any other. Proof versions of the 1986 quarter, struck at the San Francisco Mint, display remarkable craftsmanship. These coins were made specifically for collectors, featuring mirror-like fields and frosted designs. When preserved in flawless condition, they are highly sought after and can be worth far more than their face value. The Philadelphia and Denver mints produced millions of quarters for circulation in 1986, and while most have since worn down through decades of use, a handful remain untouched. These preserved coins often come from original mint sets or rolls stored away by careful collectors. Finding a pristine 1986 quarter in circulation today is rare, and when one does appear, it becomes a reminder of how time affects not only people, but the very coins we carry in our pockets. Every nick, scratch, and worn detail tells the tale of countless exchanges and journeys. The 1986 quarter is also a time capsule of its era. It carries the spirit of mid-1980s America, a period marked by economic growth, technological progress, and a renewed sense of national pride. Holding such a coin is like holding a small piece of that decade's character. Collectors often describe the thrill of discovering a high-grade 1986 quarter among ordinary change. That moment of realization, the gleam of untouched luster, the sharpness of every line, can spark a deeper appreciation for the artistry of coin design. Auction records have shown that exceptional examples of the 1986 quarter, especially those with rare errors or in immaculate condition, can fetch jaw-dropping prices. In the right circumstances, what once bought a piece of candy could be worth thousands. Numismatists emphasize the importance of proper storage when it comes to preserving value. Even the slightest environmental damage can turn a potential treasure into an ordinary coin. Original brilliance, free of scratches and tarnish, is what separates the most valuable examples from the rest. The Washington Quarter series has endured for decades, and coins like the 1986 issue help keep the tradition alive. It is a reminder that not all treasures come from ancient history. Sometimes they can be found within living memory. Collectors who focus on completing a year-by-year set of Washington quarters know that each date adds its own unique charm. The 1986 coin, with its potential for rarity and high grades, is one of those pieces that can elevate a collection from interesting to impressive, beyond monetary value. This coin represents the artistry, precision, and symbolism that make American coinage a source of pride. It stands as a testament to the enduring legacy of George Washington's image on our currency. Every coin has a story, and the 1986 quarter story is one of quiet survival, hidden rarity, and the possibility of extraordinary worth hidden in plain sight. It is a story that invites collectors to look closer at the coins they handle every day. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or a casual coin enthusiast, the 1986 Washington quarter offers both history and the thrill of the hunt. The next time one passes through your hands, you might be holding far more than 25 cents. And the most exceptional known example of the 1986 Washington quarter has been valued at $93,000. Top 4. In 1995, the United States Mint produced a Washington quarter dollar that, for most people, was simply another piece of change passing through their hands. But for coin collectors and numismatists, the 1995 quarter holds a certain allure. Its story combines tradition, artistry, and the possibility of hidden value, making it a fascinating piece to explore. The obverse of the 1995 quarter features the well-known portrait of George Washington, first designed by sculptor John Flanagan back in 1932. Washington's profile, facing left, carries the same dignified expression that has graced the quarter for decades. Above his head is the word liberty, a powerful reminder of the ideals that shaped the nation. To the left is the phrase, "In God we trust," while the date 1995 sits prominently below. Turning the coin over, the reverse design is just as symbolic and timeless. The bald eagle, a proud emblem of American freedom, perches firmly on a bundle of arrows, signifying strength and readiness to defend the nation. An olive branch beneath the eagle serves as a message of peace. The inscriptions United States of America and quarter dollar encircle the design, while E pluribus unum is positioned above the eagle's head. BY 1995, the Washington quarter was well into its copper-nickel-clad era, a composition introduced in 1965 to replace the 90% silver that had been used before. While the metallic content had changed decades earlier, the Washington quarter still retained its original artistry and strong national symbolism. Most 1995 quarters entered circulation and endured years of everyday use, but some coins have survived in pristine condition. These high-grade examples, often found in mint sets or preserved in private collections, can command prices far above their face value. Collectors are especially drawn to coins that exhibit sharp strikes, clean surfaces, and brilliant luster. Errors and varieties from the 1995 mintage are another reason some quarters from this year are highly collectible. Misaligned dies, off-center strikes, and double die errors can transform a common coin into a rare find. These mistakes are the result of fleeting imperfections during the minting process, and they are always exciting discoveries for coin hunters. The 1995 quarter was struck at 3 primary U.S. mint locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from the Philadelphia and Denver mints were intended for circulation, while the San Francisco Mint produced proof coins specifically for collectors. These proof versions are striking in appearance, with mirror-like fields and frosted designs that enhance every detail. For collectors, proof coins from 1995, when kept in perfect condition, are prized not only for their beauty but also for their relative scarcity compared to circulation strikes. A flawless proof can become a centerpiece in a Washington quarter collection. Finding a 1995 quarter in perfect mint state is becoming less common as time passes. Circulated coins often bear the marks of years of handling, scratches, nicks, and dulled surfaces. That is why coins that have been stored safely since the day they were minted can be so valuable today. Beyond monetary value, the 1995 quarter also represents a moment in U.S. history. The mid-1990s were a time of technological growth, economic change, and a shifting cultural landscape. Coins from this period serve as small but tangible links to those years. The Washington Quarter series itself has a special place in American coin collecting. With a design that lasted uninterrupted for decades, each date carries both continuity and its own unique story. The 1995 quarter is no exception, offering both familiarity and the potential for rare treasures. Auction results have shown that certain 1995 quarters, especially those in exceptional condition or with dramatic minting errors, can sell for impressive sums. Competition for such coins is often fierce among dedicated collectors. Those who specialize in completing full year-by-year sets of Washington quarters know that finding a flawless example of a 1995 issue can be more challenging than expected. Condition, rarity, and demand all play roles in determining a coin's desirability. The thrill of coin collecting often lies in the hunt, and the 1995 quarter provides ample opportunity for that excitement. Whether searching through rolls of change or attending coin shows, collectors are always hoping to spot that perfect example. While millions of 1995 quarters were minted, only a small fraction are worth far more than 25 cents. The difference comes down to preservation, rarity, and in some cases, pure luck in finding one with an unusual minting feature. Coins like the 1995 quarter remind us that even modern issues can hold significant value. They show that treasures don't always have to be centuries old to be worth collecting. For those who have one tucked away in a coin jar, it may be worth taking a closer look. That ordinary-looking coin could be hiding an extraordinary value, especially if it has been protected from wear. The Washington quarter continues to inspire both casual collectors and serious numismatists alike. Its timeless design and occasional rare finds ensure that coins like the 1995 issue will always attract attention. And the most exceptional known example of the 1995 Washington quarter has been valued at $65,000. Top 5. In 1997, the United States Mint produced the Washington quarter dollar, a coin that many Americans use daily without giving it a second thought. Yet for coin collectors and history enthusiasts, this piece carries far more significance than its modest 25-cent face value. It is a coin that blends classic design with modern minting and holds the potential for surprising value in the right condition. The obverse of the 1997 quarter displays the enduring portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan in 1932. His dignified profile faces left, exuding strength and leadership, just as it has for decades. Above his head, the word liberty stands proudly, while the nation's guiding phrase, "In God we trust," rests to the left. At the bottom, the date 1997 marks its year of origin, tying it to a unique period in American history. The reverse side of the coin features the striking image of a bald eagle, wings spread in a display of majesty. The eagle is perched atop a bundle of arrows, a symbol of America's readiness to defend itself, while an olive branch rests beneath, representing peace. Around the design are the inscriptions United States of America and quarter dollar, with E pluribus unum placed just above the eagle's head. At BY 1997, the Washington quarter had been struck in copper-nickel-clad composition for more than 30 years, a change made in 1965 to replace the silver used in earlier issues. Though the metallic content had shifted, the coin retained its symbolic design, connecting modern minting to the traditions of the past. While millions of 1997 quarters were minted for circulation, not all of them are equal in value. For collectors, the true treasures are those that have survived in pristine condition. Coins that exhibit sharp strikes, full details, and bright mint luster can be worth far more than their face value. Errors from the 1997 production runs are another point of interest. Minting mistakes such as double dies, off-center strikes, and clipped planchets can dramatically increase a coin's desirability. These rare flaws are the result of momentary imperfections during the minting process and are highly sought after by error collectors. The 1997 quarter was struck at 3 U.S. mint locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from the first 2 mints were made for everyday use, while San Francisco produced special proof coins for collectors. Proof 1997 quarters are particularly beautiful, with mirrored fields and frosted designs that make each detail stand out. When kept in flawless condition, these proofs can fetch impressive prices at auctions and are often the centerpiece of a modern coin collection. Finding a perfect mint state example from 1997 is not easy. Most circulation strikes have been through decades of transactions, showing the expected wear and tear of daily life. That is why coins preserved in original mint sets or rolls are so important to collectors. The 1997 quarter also holds a nostalgic connection for many people who remember the late 1990s, a time of technological growth, booming pop culture, and national optimism. Holding one can bring back memories of that era, making it more than just a piece of metal. For numismatists, the Washington Quarter series is an ongoing story of American history, and the 1997 issue plays a special role as one of the final designs before the launch of the 50-state quarters program in 1999. It represents the end of a long chapter in U.S. coinage. Auction houses have reported strong interest in high-grade 1997 quarters, especially those with unusual errors. Competitive bidding often drives the price far beyond what most people would expect for a coin so seemingly common. The difference between an ordinary 1997 quarter and one worth hundreds or even thousands lies in condition and rarity. Sharp strikes, no visible wear, and a brilliant finish can make all the difference. Collectors who specialize in completing full Washington quarter sets often seek out top-quality examples from every year, and 1997 is no exception. The challenge of finding one in exceptional condition makes it even more rewarding to own. Even though it is a relatively modern coin, the 1997 quarter proves that not all valuable coins need to be old. Careful preservation and minting quirks can turn an everyday object into a prized collectible. The hunt for rare 1997 quarters continues to this day, with coin roll hunters and change checkers always hoping to uncover that one flawless piece or dramatic error hiding in plain sight. While millions of these coins remain in circulation, only a small fraction will ever achieve truly collectible status. That scarcity in top grades is what drives interest and value among serious collectors. The 1997 Washington quarter stands as a reminder that beauty, history, and value can be found in the most ordinary places. A quick glance might overlook it, but a closer look can reveal a coin worthy of admiration. And the most exceptional known example of the 1997 Washington quarter has been valued at $58,000.